Hello, guys. Welcome to our YouTube channel, Sharang and Sharvari. Today, I'll be doing a solo video where I talk about the things that interest me. And shout out to Sharvari. I hope she's listening, and I would love to hear her opinions on this later. Uh, so why are we doing this? The thing is, Sharvari and I have varied interests, and there are some things where there are some areas where our interests align, and so we make those videos together. However, there are many areas uh, where our interests diverge from each other. One for me being the topic where I go a bit deeper into religion than maybe she would want to, and one area where her interests might diverge from mine is maybe, for example, something like makeup. So now that that is out of the way, I would like to talk today about Maryada Purushottam Prabhu Sri Ram. If you are interested in his legacy and his significance to modern day Hindus, to 21st century India, and indeed to the entire world, I hope you will like and subscribe to our channel, Sharang and Sharvari, and I hope you will, like this video and share it with your friends and let us know what you think about it. So, with that out of the way, I would like to start by saying that why do I wish to talk about Prabhu Shri Ram? Um, for those people who don't know, and for in case there are any foreigners listening to this, Ram, he was the king of a place named Ayodhya, and this is a very short and condensed story I'm telling. He was the king of Ayodhya. Due to some reasons, he had to undergo something known as vanvas. That is, he had to go and live in a forest along with his wife and his brother Lakshman. His wife's name was Sita. They had to live in a forest for around 14 years. And during this period of Vanvas, where they were living in a forest, Sita, Ram's wife, was unfortunately kidnapped by the king of Lanka named Ravan. He took her to this place, which is modern day Sri Lanka. Now, Prabhu Sri Ram, he was completing his vanvas in a place known as Dandakaranya, which is modern day Maharashtra. His capital city was Ayodhya, which is in modern day Uttar Pradesh in India. He had to travel all the way to the very southern tip of India, where he encountered the ocean. He also took the help of an entity named Hanuman and an ape king named Sugri. And with this, he amassed an army of apes, and he was able to build a bridge, which is known as the Ram Setu, between Sri Lanka and modern day India. So the tip of southern India, which is in Tamil Nadu, all the way to Sri Lanka. So he was able to build this bridge, cross this bridge with his army of apes, defeat the demon king named Ravan, rescue his wife, take her back to Ayodhya. And to this day, in India, Diwali is celebrated in that honor, because it is said that when Prabhu Sri Ram returned with his wife's Ma Sita to back to Ayodhya, all the residents of Ayodhya lit lamps in that honor, and this ritual has been going on, some say, for 8 to 9,000 years. So, Prabhu Sri Ram is considered an avatar of Lord Vishnu, who is seen as the protector of this cosmos. Um, he's also seen as someone who's named as Maryada Purushottam. Maryada Purushottam is the highest level of man. That is the kind of man that we all should aspire to be. That whatever, so in Hinduism, there is something known as Purush Tattva. That is what makes a man, and what is the most ideal element of masculinity. And there are some historical, mythological, archetypal examples of that, and one of them is Maryada Purushottam Prabhu Sri Ram. Why? It is said that he had certain qualities which made it so that his character was so noble that anyone couldn't help but follow him. And there is a stotra written by Buddha Kaushik Rishi in the honor of Prabhu Sri Ram, to praise Prabhu Sri Ram. And I am not a religious man, I'm not a priest, and therefore I find myself incapable of explaining Prabhu Sri Ram's greatness by myself. So I will take the help of an ancient Indian sage named Buddha Kaushik Roshi, who wrote a hymn in praise of Maryada Purushottam Prabhu Shri Ram, which is named as Ram Raksha Stotra. And I will recite this stotra. And I don't believe in blindly or just reciting Sanskrit shlokas without understanding the true meaning behind them. Because I feel that when you understand the meaning behind these shlokas, one realizes just how deep and profound they actually are. So, with this out of the way, I would like to begin with this shlok, which is in honor of Prabhu Shri Ram. I consider him an ideal. I often pray to him. I myself have recited this shlok some few times. So, yeah, Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Ganesh is the Hindu god of he's the remover of obstacles, and he's also the Hindu god of wisdom. So whenever Hindus want to start something, they always pray to Lord Ganesh. So Shri Ganeshaya Nama Asya Shri Rama Raksha Stotra Mantrasya. I bow to Lord Ganesh, and with this I would like to recite the Ram Raksha Stotra. Uh, Mantrasya Buddha Kaushika Rishi Sri Sita Ramachandro Devata. That is the author of this stotra is Buddha Kaushik Rishi. We are considering both Prabhu Sri Ram and his wife Sita as our gods in this case. Anushtup Chandaha Sita Shakti. So just so before the time where human beings wrote things down and passed it on, there was an oral tradition in Hinduism. That is, things and texts and poems would be passed down through the generations, not by writing them down, but rather through poetry, rather through memorizing poetry and then reciting it and then passing it down through the generations, through centuries and millennia. And this is how these stories come down to us. They don't come down to us because someone wrote them down. They come down to us because generations upon generations of Hindus passed them down and remembered it them exactly. And this is how this stotra comes down to us. And why is Anushtup Chand? So Chand is basically a poetic device which is used. So I will not go into the intricacies of exactly what a Chand is. In very simple terms, it is akin to a haiku. So it is a deliberate arrangement of words so that they have a certain rhythm to them. Why is it important to have rhythm? Simply because when something has rhythm to it, it is easier for someone to understand it and memorize it. And that is the whole point of this endeavor slash exercise. It is important to remember this. And that is why the entire poem, that it is a poem that you're about to hear, and this entire poem has been written with a certain rhythm, keeping a certain rhythm in mind. Sita Shakti. So Sita was Prabhu Shri Ram's wife. And the entire battle of Ramayana was fought for the honor of Ma Sita. And even in Hinduism, whenever someone is about to cross a holy boundary, that is, someone is trying to do something that they really should not do, and you are trying to draw a line in the sand to them and say, hey, beyond this point, there will be some serious consequences. That line is known as Lakshman Rekha because it is said that Lakshman, Prabhu Shri Ram's brother, drew a line of protection around Ma Sita. And when Ravan through deceit violated that line, there had to be a battle. So Sita Shakti, why? Because Hindus pray to so Shakti is strength, Shakti is power, and Shakti in Hinduism and in all Indian languages is always represented as feminine. Why? Because Hindus believe that the source of true strength comes down to us in feminine form. So men may express Shakti, men may express strength, but that comes down to them through in the form of female power. And that is why you will find Indian kings often praying to the female form. And to give a Western example of it, right? In As Shakespeare said, right? Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Or in another terms, nature read in tooth and claw. So yes, Mother Nature can be gentle and tranquil, but when you provoke Mother Nature, or Mother Nature is also a repository of a terrifying amount of force, right? She's Tiamat, she's the goddess of chaos. And the amount of fury that the feminine Mother Nature is able to unleash is just beyond human conception. Even to this day in India, if you ask someone that what is the most ferocious animal that you have ever seen in your life, they will always say a female tigress trying to defend her cubs. There is nothing in the animal kingdom that is as ferocious as a female tigress trying to defend her cubs. And that is why it is said that Sita Shakti, because strength, true power is feminine. Anush, Shriman Hanuman Akilakam. So Hanuman is he is the ape king or monkey king Hanuman. Not exactly a king, but he was a devotee of Prabhu Sri Ram, and he came from. It is said that he came from a lineage of apes, and he was a great devotee to Prabhu Sri Ram, and it is said that he is a central character in this entire story. And I think with this Shriman Hanuman Kilakam, Shri Sita Ramachandra Prityarthe Jape Vinyoga. That is for their glory. I wish to recite this shlok. Um, Unfortunately, the entire shlok is too big to be compressed into a single file. So I thank you guys for your attention. Please continue to like and subscribe, and there will be multiple parts to this. So I hope you, um, you know, follow us up to part two of this. Jai Shri Ram.